Hi, it's Robert Murray. Welcome to this week's Leadership Minute. I get asked the question a lot, and I have lots of conversations with people, and actually, I talk a lot and teach a lot about emotional intelligence. And one of the things that I find fascinating is that there's no secret that leaders with high levels of emotional intelligence outperform those with low levels of emotional intelligence, but high levels of EQ or intellectual intelligence all the time. And some studies, and one from Daniel Goleman's book on emotional intelligence, says that those with high levels of EQ outproduce those with high levels of IQ by 20 to 40%. Well, there's a whole bunch of different elements that go into developing your EQ. And by the way, you're not born with emotional intelligence, it has to be nurtured 100%. Well, one of the things you need to deal with is dealing with different perspectives. Perspectives an interesting one because if you're having a conversation with another person or another group of people, you have to be aware that the experiences that have gone into that person up until that moment of time have created a belief system. And that belief system will then look for or create a context or a bias in the rational brain, which will create a perspective based upon you and this other person looking at exactly the same information. But it's their experiences that are different here. You might have different experiences and different beliefs than that other person. So as a leader, you're going to run into this all the time. And the thing to think about and work on and nurture in your EQ is that understanding that the other person's perspectives are different than yours because of beliefs and experiences that have gone into them. Now, you may not be able to change their beliefs without changing the experiences. So, case in point, there's a great debate that's raging around the world right now about COVID vaccinations. There's two very clear camps, those who are vaccinated and believe in science, and those who are not and believe that it is something else. It doesn't matter what camp you're in, but as a leader, you have to be open minded enough to be able to explore other perspectives so that you can start to understand more. Uh, Stephen Covey once said, seek first to understand before being understood. And that's a key thing that I find that leaders constantly forget is that we think that our perspective or our belief is righteous and true, but we have to remember it's based upon our experiences and that the other person that you're dealing with, they're looking at the same information, the same context, but their beliefs could be different, which creates different perspective. So, in order to get to the bottom of it and get to a place where you have common ground, you really have to seek first to understand their side before you can start to have the conversation about what it is you want them to do. So, that's about it for now. I'm going to continue on with this theme of emotional intelligence, but for now, I just want you to start with the idea that EQ, emotional intelligence, is starts with an awareness of not only your own feelings and beliefs, but an awareness of others as well. That's it for this week. We'll talk to you soon.